Hello and welcome to another episode of the Striking Blueprint with myself, Carl Thomas. I have a very different guest here today. Someone who is, well, we've tried to start this about 5 or 6 times already, and it's been a bit of a struggle so far. Happy to have known him since the age of 3 as one of the first ever students I've ever coached, and his confidence has doubled, quadrupled an awful lot since that point, as you're about to see through the rest of this podcast. So I've been welcomed today, Jacob O'Connor. How are you?
Good, how are you? I'm going to pay you to follow me around and introduce me like that everywhere I go.
It was good. Right, I'm not going to introduce a lot more introducing to you because I feel as if you're quite ready to do that for yourself. So explain
who I am.
Who you are to begin with, your skill set as how it's going to pertain to what we're going to talk about.
Well, the question is, Carl, who really are any of us? Do you know what I mean? I'm Jake.
Can't believe I brought you
I
on
know.
this.
Jacob, to my fan. So, yeah, I've known you since I was, 3?
Yes.
I joined Energize because my brother did it before. I mean, we've known you since you were 17, 18?
Yeah, I was very young.
Yeah.
I was very young.
So I unfortunately owe a lot of where I am to kickboxing. I'm going to be nice for like 5 seconds.
I think so to me then.
So yeah, you and kickboxing.
Okay, that's good.
So yeah, started when I was 3. Did it for. I mean, I still tell people that I train in my own little way. But
you come to all the nights out.
Yeah. I've been to more international tournaments, not competing, than I have when I used to compete.
Yeah, this is true, actually.
But yeah, so trained at Energize, second ever student. Left when, I say left, you never really leave, but I moved from Manchester to London when I was 19 to go to drama school. Goal was to do fight films and be James Bond and do all that. Graduated from drama school in 2022. Always still had a hand in kickboxing, and obviously my brother Josh still competes, so I travel around and help him when I can. I'm the international bag carrier, which is...
It's good. International T-boy.
All right. It's great. And then did a little bit of theatre in London, did my first movie. It wasn't mine, but I was in a movie.
What was that?
I'm in the new Mission Impossible.
Oh, right.
It's Mission Impossible.
That was really natural the way we let in.
Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, that is out in cinemas May 23rd, I think. It was already out. Go watch it. It's very good. I was on the flight to Abu Dhabi. I'm sure we'll get onto this. I've been in Abu Dhabi. I was on the flight to Abu Dhabi, and the lady next to me started watching Mission Impossible on the flight. And we'd already had a chat earlier because I was like, sorry, I've got to squeeze past you. She was like, where are you going? I went, I'm going to the World Championships for kickboxing. She goes, oh, I'm a black belt in judo and my husband's a black belt in karate. I went, well, look, let's open and kick off because I feel like we'll be the most well-protected aisle on this plane. And we had a little chat. She starts watching the film and I was like, I've already spoken to you about kickboxing and told you we're going for this. I was like, so sorry to interrupt you. See that film? See that guy in the background? That's me.
You were ready to go out, weren't you? So, pause, keep watching.
That's exactly what I did. She was watching it, and then when my scene came up, I just kind of like leant over, tapped the screen. I was like, look, if you look from this angle, I'm like that driving a submarine. But yeah.
Do you drive a submarine?
You have to watch the film.
No, yeah. Or do you drive a submarine or do you sail a submarine?
They do.
Or do you ride a submarine?
They do call them boats. So it depends how you do it.
I think you dropped a bollock then.
What, drive a submarine?
Do you drive a submarine? You pilot a submarine.
Have you done it?
All right. Sorry.
Carl, I'm going to give you a little insight into the Hollywood industry here, mate. It wasn't real. I wasn't in a real submarine. I was in a box that looked like a submarine. They did have a submarine there.
Oh, God.
But yeah. So that's me.
Sorry, that was your intro, yeah?
That's me in a nutshell.
That's Jake, yeah. So I taught Jake since Jake was 3.
Yeah.
He's very good, competed everywhere, all places, and he was were you the first one?
Second one by like 2 months. So
second one by like 2 months to win the Irish Open, the WAKO Irish Open as well.
I thought you meant second student. I won the Irish Open. If we're doing titles and that, I've got 12 world titles across a plethora of organisations. 1 European, but I've only competed in 1 European Championship, so that's 100% success rate. That's what I'm claiming.
You're doing good.
And I think since like day 1, 31 British titles.
That'll do.
Yeah,
that'll do. I remember I think you were there when we started to cause the upset in WAKO, the very first one. When we turned at that time, I think it was a North Solihull Sports Centre.
Yeah, classic.
And we won't name the people who we beat, but I think you took out a very big name and we weren't supposed to. And then someone else took out a big name and they weren't supposed to. And someone else was going to be, that was good fun.
Is that the really big name? Because that was at White Tiger.
Oh, no. No. We're not even going to bring that up.
Okay. That was a great day.
We're not even going to bring that up. You can shut up as well. You can't call him from the side. Oh, God. Right. Anyway, so the reasoning as to why, I looked at this camera to say this bit right now, the reasons to why I brought Jake in for this one today is that we have now put Jake in a different role that I think you're going to be very good at, given how we've just done this. I mean, we're 3 minutes in and we've spoke for 15 minutes there.
Valid.
Because the War Room Championships, which is the new full contact kickboxing promotion, the person who's going to be the head lead commentator is Jacob O'Connor, obviously. So he is going to be talking over all of the fights, all of the walkouts, the background. But even though you kind of go blah, 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 like that much, there's a lot of research involved. So Jake, you will know, let's be totally honest, you will know by the end of it, the fighters, the way they fight, the this, the other. So you've managed to got the skill set of both. You've got the skill set of being able to do public speaking extremely well, being able to vocalize what you are seeing at that point, and at the same time, understanding the intricacies and in and outs of the combat environment and sport and what it is that they're doing. It's very rare that we get somebody who'd be able to bring those two across.
I'll be honest,
Would you agree?
I wasn't planning on talking about fighting at all.
Just talk about yourself.
I was going to riff off Shakespeare. Is that not? Do you want to talk about the fighters? Yeah, no. I'm excited for it. It's going to be really fun. Yeah, I'm intrigued. It's like a British Joe Rogan. I just need to shave my head and I'll be...
Well, we put somebody else with you as well, didn't we? We put somebody else with you. So we put you with Joe Hallett. Joe Hallett equally talks as much as you. He's hard to understand, but we're going to try and slow him down because he's from Yeovil.
Indeed. And Joe Hallett hosted Infinity Southwest and beyond.
And beyond.
Which is infinity, which is endless. It's just everything ever, but only of the Southwest.
But there's more than that.
Because it's Southwest and beyond. I remember we were driving down to the competition. I was like 12 and Carl's in the car. And he's going, I don't get it because it's everything, but only in the Southwest, but a little bit more than the Southwest and a little bit of East. I was like,
Joe's going to hear this and go, I put loads of time into the name of that competition.
Still one of my favourite competitions I've ever been to.
It was good fun, wasn't it?
That's the last time I've ever seen you do kata.
We didn't like that. Whoa, of all the stuff you could say.
I know.
All the stuff you could say.
He also fought very well.
We're moving right on. I never did kata, I never did form. Fought forever, I did. We'll cut that out, actually. We'll find a way to cut that out. I'm not having none of that. I'm not doing... No, because then all the kata people will be like, it's tradition. No, move on. I like fighting now. I did kata. Move on. I've lost my chain of thought now entirely now. Looking back to the depressingness of all of that. I think having both of you will be really, really, really good because you're going to bounce off each other a little bit. But there's a few bits that we've got to try and get, which is that a lot of fight shows that we go on to, people aren't invested in the fights because you don't know enough about them.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I like is you alluded to talk about Joe Rogan before. Joe Rogan obviously competes on the UFC. And when they talk, they will reference the coaches, the clubs, almost the lineage from where that fighter's come from. So if you go to some fight nights and they go, look, that's fighter A and fighter B, and there's some good punches, there's some good kicks, there's nothing in it. I like the fact that I think what you'll probably do there is because we've got all the information to give you on the fighters, is you'll be able to look back at them and say, this person is from this amazing academy and this club has done this and the amazing coach. And it shines light to the community that we have within combat sports.
Yeah. And also, not to toot my own horn here, but I know...
It's not like you anyway.
And I would never. But I've done the fighting. I've been in the sport. Completed it, finished it. That's why I retired. But I think you can tell when you watch boxing with your mates who don't box and they go, he's hit him. And I'm like, what do you think he's trying to do? With his hand. What do you think he's trying to do? I don't watch football being like, holy shit, he kicked the ball. Fucking you need someone who knows what they're talking about. So I think it's good to have the information about the fighters, the stats, the stuff that makes it interesting when you're talking between rounds about how many strikes or what was his last fight or who did he fight before or has he fought someone on that stance before? How does he deal with lead legs? How does he deal with this? Mm-hmm. That stuff's interesting, but also having it come from myself and Joe, who between us have a little bit of knowledge on the sport itself.
Kind of grown up in it.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps.
So we're doing this. So the way we set it up is Luke, who's currently hiding off camera over there. but we'll have him later on, is that the reason we came up with this concept is because we need a way to move on from the style of kickboxing, the level, because the pinnacle of amateur kickboxing is in WAKO.
Yeah.
It really is. There's nothing. I mean, we've done all of them. So I've done the KTBF, the WTKA, the WC. I mean, it's like a plethora of anagrams and just different anything. I think you've done. You did WTKA on top of that.
WKU, WFFKU. Is that
VIP.
Is that the one where you sponsor a polar bear or something?
TTFN.
BUMAC, UMAC.
Oh God, I forgot about them.
Years, that was 2005.
Oh my God. Yeah, loads. The way we've gone now is we've got to WAKO, and the thing is we've been able to go and see all of these things. So we went to Marina de Carrera to do those ones. I went to be fair, one of my first championships that I did, WCOAA, was in Cancun. I then did a second one that was in the Dominican Republic. And then we went to our first ever, well, it was Irish Open was our first WAKO one.
Yeah.
And then we thought, wow, this is the standard that is kickboxing.
It was an eye-opener.
It was an eye-opener, wasn't it? Because we actually went there thinking we're going to smash fuck out of everybody.
We took a team of exclusively world championships. World champions.
They'd all won, hadn't they?
And got our ass handed.
Got battered in the first round.
Mental. It's kind of you go, oh, there's a new level to this. Whereas in WAKO, there's no new level. There's no extra. I was telling people about, and people talk about the Olympics and that looming. And they go, what would the difference be? And I go, the name. That's it. The only difference between the current standard of WAKO now and let's say it went to the Olympics is it would now be called the Olympics. Same fighters, same standard.
I set this into the group, so you probably didn't know, but it's amazing that you've said this as well. So I set up a group when the fighters went over, and it was going to be 5 in the end, but ended up as 4 because obviously Rory's injured. I just put in them a separate one without the parents and everything like that, just so I could speak to all the fighters. And that's one of the things I put in afterwards, because some of them were, because obviously we got a gold medalist, but then also the rest, it was hard. It was very hard for them. And I said that, if there was going to be the Olympics now, then we would probably do this in a place, similar setup, similar vibe, on the same mats, with the same referees, with the same opposition, cheered 100%. On by the same people. And there was no difference. The only difference is you'd have them rings on there. So there's nothing any higher.
100%.
So for the people who got a gold medal there, what would be the next natural step for anything? Because we have seen some of the best fighters that have been in the sport. Okay, so you look at you got your Elijah Everills, for example. You've got your Finn Heesums and people like that. Your Michael Page.
Yeah.
Look at where they've moved onto and look at the way they've gone. They've never gone through anything that kind of replicates a style that they've grown up doing. So like if you've been a footballer from age 5 to age 24 and think, I'm now going to go pro at basketball.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So we need to find something that's either got a small learning curve to it or a natural progression. We don't really have that.
No.
We don't really have that. What we have is people who are amazing at specific sport. So we've always started the same way ours. You start with point fighting first.
Yeah.
Point fighting was always the base, because point fighting, you judge the distance better than anything. Then we move on to your light contact, then your kick light. Your light contact will then move into full contact. Your kick light will eventually take you into K1. But if you look at K1, there's so many styles, there's so many variants, there's so many different ways that it's very difficult for the public to ever know what it is they're actually looking at.
Yeah.
So MMA, you'll still get people at MMA who, as soon as it hits the ground, they'll go, oh, I don't like this bit. But you've got anybody who's like a BJJ practitioner, they're like, oh no, there's so much going on.
Yeah.
It's amazing. If you don't have the knowledge in that environment in order to know what it is that's happening, it can seem boring from the outside.
It's difficult to watch. And that's what I think that Abu Dhabi did so well at the World Championships. They made the sport so watchable. Where they did with the action replays and the scoreboard that was in the corner. It was on live Abu Dhabi television. And you kind of understood it. When you watch football, you get the premise of it. You get the intention is to do. Whereas when you're watching UFC K1 or someone's got ground game or a fight goes to the floor or that people spend, and you watch it and to the untrained eye, you're thinking that people spend 5 minutes rolling around, hugging each other on
the floor. Yeah.
So I think the main thing I'm excited about the War Room is that it's going to make the sport so watchable for people who aren't knowledgeable about it.
Well, so there's something that I always thought about was called the elevator pitch or the lift pitch. You get in the elevator to someone, you've got to get on that floor, you've got to be able to get that information across, all right? Now, if I said, right, here's what I'm going to do, right? we've got this new style, okay, and it's in a cage instead. But what happens is if your back touches the cage, like in the Inga K1, you know, sometimes you can kick off, sometimes you can't. Can you do a knee? Well, you can, but you can hold on to him, but then you can knee him. Okay, you can pull him into, no, you can't pull him into the knee. You can, and there's so many rules, no one knows it. Boxing is the easiest thing in the world. What do you do? Your job, punch above the waist. That's it, done. So what's your style? You punch above, basically, same as boxing, but whatever you can punch, you can now kick.
Yep.
Sounds really, really good. Throw him in a cage, go.
The most sensible progression from anyone who's gone through point fighting, light contact, full contact, is the next step would be to go into that. So the next like level of combat.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
And I think point fighting breeds the best fighters. Because it's the most high stakes fighting that there is. Because the second that there's a point, you stop. There physically cannot be a more high stakes level of combat. Because you can't eat a shot and carry on.
Yeah, you can't go, do you know what? I'll wait for you to get tired, then I'm going to mash you up.
Yeah.
Because they're always going to get a chance to stop anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, points for me. Massive one. I think it's a proper good base. Michael Page, what are you starting?
Points. Steve
doing all right, isn't he?
Steve
Wonderboy Thompson.
Dean Barry teaching GSP points drills.
I know, yeah, that's quite cool. That's quite cool. What's funny is, so Dean Barry, he's got all of that. So Dean Barry was points. He then went to the UFC. I think he had 2 fights in the UFC. He's now on Total Combat. Because he thought he just won his first Total Combat fight. And then I think he's got his second one in, quick look off camera, February? No. Oh. I'm going to have to call in then.
Who's fighting, Jack?
He texted me last week.
Oh, that would have been a good fight.
He texted me about my half marathon.
Really? Oh, I need to grab him then.
And he sent me a lovely message about my half marathon, Carl. Thank you. Do you know what Carl texted me about my half? So I ran a half marathon, for the sole reason that I had a bad back, and I was like, if I book a race, I have to do my rehab. It's the only reason I booked it. Text Carl, because I was getting all my mates to do it. Text him and I was like, you fancy doing a half marathon? He went, you fancy playing 9 holes of golf? Where's the other half? I went,
what's the point of that? Run a full one.
Just because you ran 10 marathons in 10 days. And,
I don't put my trainers on for anything less than 7 marathons. and he wasn't pulling anything. A car, a plane.
Myself.
Lazy. Absolutely lazy.
Oh, it's good fun though.
Christ on the bike. So we digress to stupidness.
Yeah.
So easy. I'm blaming you. Definitely not my fault. So when the fights all come around, we need to try and get the most professional look that we've ever had.
Okay.
Can you
do it?
And Joe Hallett.
I guess we'll find
you
out.
And Joe Hallett kind of put that together.
Yeah. But I also think it needs to be personable.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? I think there's nothing worse than watching someone just like rant off random statistics that they don't really know what they are. I think like a live reaction to a fight, understand there's compilations that I've watched that's just of Joe Rogan reacting to fights. Yeah.
That.
And also, I love the sport. I love fighting.
Yeah.
So I physically will be unable to watch people that I've seen fight on the circuit for the past, 10, 15 years, like watch and be like, that was a good shot.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to lose my mind at quite a lot of it. However, it will be
that'd be good. And also, you get the best seat in the house.
I know.
You sit right there next to the cage, seeing all
Josh
of
was
them.
texting me, he was like, are you coming on our table? I went, no. I've got my own table.
I've got my own table. And it's closer than yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm excited for it, mate. Can't wait.
Yeah, well, we're trying to do some other stuff as well. I mean, I'm good. That stuff that we'll talk about in a minute with Luke, but there's some things that I think are going to kind of change the vibe. We don't say too much because we still want a lot of surprises to come out on the night. But there's a lot that we're very excited about. Fight-wise, I've got to ask your opinion on, first of all, you've got to pick only one fight from the fights that we've got. Which fight are you thinking is going to be the best fight? It can be for any particular reason. Closest stylistically, or the fact that they just don't like each other.
Sid and Martin.
Sid and Martin. So what was really cool is in Abu Dhabi, again, I wasn't there, but I got the picture, is I think Luke got a picture of Sid in all his GB tracksuit, like standing forward like that, having a face-off against Martin in his Spanish tracksuit, because they're both, how cool is that? They're both gone to Abu Dhabi to compete for their country in the World Championships.
It's mental.
And then they're going to come back and now they're going to fight in a style that's a bit more, well, let's be honest, it's more brutal.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a lot more brutal because they're doing a different style. So they're in MMA gloves, no foot pads and no shin pads.
They're doing rules of war. I also think, given like Sid coming off of a WAKO World Championship, going in, don't wrong, Martin's a sensational fighter. But I know if my fight had just come out and has won WAKO,
has won the world title.
In the same year, junior Europeans and senior worlds in WAKO, in the hardest level of the sport.
Yeah.
I'd be a bit like, ooh, okay.
What's really good as well is that with WAKO, you can see the rankings of the other people. You back in the day, we used to just have a name. It used to be like a piece of paper. We'd look at the name and then it went to sport data.
Yeah.
You could see the brackets a little bit, but not too much. Now you can go on and go, who have I got? And you click on the little face symbol and it comes up, and it's dead funny because I looked at Sid's when it's going up, because when you get to the end, I look at all of them and I like to look at the win ratio and how long it's been going for. And I look, and there was a 48% win rate, a 66% win rate. And then I clicked on Sid's. Bear in mind, it's his first ever senior worlds. And it was just win, go. And I think it was like, go on, you must know what it is. It must be about 89%, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's because he fought points for a lot of the year.
Oh, of course. I stopped him from doing that.
He's lost one fight all year.
He's lost one fight. People don't get how mental that is.
I know.
Michael Jordan released a thing, or it's Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, some really elite level athlete, and they came out with, or it might be Tom Brady, someone very good at sport, about over their career, their win rate, and it was 55%.
Yeah.
Or Roger Federer, he's won 55 or 53% of the games he's ever played.
Yeah.
The best to ever do it.
The best ever do it.
An 89% win rate is a joke. Like, to put that into perspective.
It's dead funny though. I think because we have generally in our team, we have such banter, like 89% win rate. I've probably said at some point, shit, that's it.
He probably texted him and went, where's the 11?
Rory's is better.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was devastated because I fought in the Hungarian, didn't I? I come back into the vets, fought in the Hungarian, and I'd won the Athens and everything like that. But because I'd only just come back into the veterans, I hadn't fought, I didn't have a ranking. So I think I was 100% win rate with like 11 fights and 11 wins. I was just like, that's them all the time.
Didn't you 10 clear everyone in your division?
Yeah, but then
Italy.
Yeah, but then because I've been like, we're always dead supportive. I then lost in the Hungarian. I got a message off Rory going, well, you're shit, aren't you? And Sid like, oh, where's your win rate gone? I went, oh yeah, sorry.
I think that's my favourite part about the sport. The camaraderie, I mean, Abu Dhabi, there was a big after party afterwards that I think Dean Apicella organised. I don't know. But
Shocker.
Thanks, Dean.
Shocker.
Organised it. I didn't go. He went to Dubai. Called you out, Dean. It was great though. I had a great time. But as in, there's the people who've been battering you all week. Like the guy who broke your nose is little son at the bar and you're like, cheers, mate, that was a really good shot. Like the camaraderie and the spirit of everyone is sensational.
And what's weird is as well, after parties to any of these massive kickboxing events, I've never seen a fallout.
No.
That's so weird you just brought that up because bear in mind, we grew up in the Irish Open. So the Irish Open, we like God knows that thousands of rooms and hotel all in one place with a massive bar that wrap around through everywhere. And the after party and that, everybody's drinking. All the athletes, very drunk because they've been fighting all week. Yeah. Not one fall. I've never seen a single fallout in the entire time of going.
Honestly, and people, this is why I think martial arts should be taught in schools, because people think that it breeds people to be aggressive or people to have some anger to get out. And I'm like, you will never find a more calm person who's someone who competes in martial arts. You know,
or can control themselves at any point when they need to.
Like, how zen do you feel when you've just spent the better part of 10 days or 4 hours or whatever your session is beating the living daylight out of each other? And then you hug each other and you go, cheers, mate.
Yeah, that was really good.
I've never had a street fight. I've never had a fight on a night out because I've got nothing to prove. I don't have to sit there and be like, oh yeah, but I want to, because I've just had my arse handed to me for 10 days in Abu Dhabi getting, or if I was still compete, I think I'd win, but still. I say this to Josh all the time. I was like, mate, if I could be in that category, I'd win, I'd be fine. And then I saw in my category was Ricardo Albanese.
Yeah, he's a big boy as well, isn't he?
I was like, I'm glad watching.
Alba's a big boy.
Yeah.
They're all massive though. They're all massive.
Yeah.
So final thoughts on two things. First, Abu Dhabi World Championships as to where you started to where it is now. We need that.
It's
because everybody who watches this, 90% of them are going to be WAKO people anyway.
Yeah.
And for those who didn't manage to go, just very quickly, try and in a nutshell explain what it was like.
It was the best run, most high tech, most intense, like glorification of the sport I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it's a good sentence.
It was, thank you, full one as well.
Good sentence.
It was mental. The opening ceremony, they had a light show. They had like jet planes zooming past with smoke.
Oh, I know, yeah.
It was, mate, you really missed it. It was great.
I really did.
But as in, Our hotel was just opposite the arena. You go, and I mean, the camaraderie of the sport. I mean, I've still got the Team Canada's chant in my ear from, oh God, their chant's amazing. But I still it was mental. It was absolutely mental. And there's cameras on every ring, and then you can sign up to the live stream when it's on live Abu Dhabi television with live slow motion replays and a live scoreboard. And mate, it was mental. I
wish I'd have gone.
It was sensational. I think that's a real step up in the level of sport. I remember we used to fight on carpet.
We did.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with someone's Nokia brick filming you, and you had to be like, and I've got a video, and Izzy Hibbert filmed it, and most of the video, sorry Izzy, but most of the video is the back of someone's head.
Yeah.
People just used to storm. Mate, it was sensational.
Yeah, because you get hit off the mat, and then people push you back onto the mat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I remember that. Yeah, it's moved on a bit.
Yeah, and everyone was lovely. I've not got a bad word to say about it. It was brilliant.
Right. Well, next time it's in Abu Dhabi, I better be there.
Yeah.
Better be there. And second one, for the War Room.
Indeed.
Any thoughts that you've got about it? Anything you think's going to go particularly well? Anything you think we've got to get right in order for it to be a success?
I think it's going to be shit, mate. I might not go. I think it's going to be awful. No, I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be amazing. Right. Truthfully on it, from the little insider knowledge that I've got about how the tournament, how the fight night's going to be run. I remember going to fight nights and you sit in like a sports hall. We remember the one we did in Pars Wood, or we did one in Bolton, and used to like the fighters' warm area was underneath the chairs, stands that everyone was sat on.
Oh yeah.
And you're just like in a dark little alleyway, like trying to practice your sparring before you go on, like hitting your head on a bar or something. Aside from the fighting, which from the fighters that you've got is creme de la creme, French. Is the theatrics of the night, the entertainment aspect. Yeah. I think it's going to be the fight night that will appeal to the most people who don't watch fighting. I think you're going to get a new audience of people. I mean, the amount of people, girlfriends, boyfriends, wife, like, who are clearly going to be dragged along to this event, or have been dragged along to fight nights, and they're going, I can't watch another evening fucking fighting again. I think they'll be pleasantly surprised at the evening, the theatrics of it. It's like live theatre meets a party, meets the best fighting that you'll see, meets sensational commentary.
I agree.
From Joe, obviously.
Yeah, from Joe. Joe. Oh, Joe's there as well, isn't he?
Indeed.
I've got that in before you said it.
I'm excited.
Right, well, we've only got a short amount of time, so I am going to have to, unfortunately, shut this one down, because otherwise this will go on for days.
Well, thanks for having me, mate.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Tune in next week
for Jake again. Yeah. For the next one, for part 8 and part 9 and part 10.
And if you've not seen it, go watch Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Where you pilot a submarine.
It's just come out on Paramount Plus. I've screenshotted my little bit on it. It's great. It's my new screensaver.
We can cut whenever we want to cut.
Good to see you, bro.